Hello besties, welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing the beginning of the year book tag, and the book tag I'm going to be using is from Larry Reads. So at the start of last year, Larry done a 24 question book tag, which I'll leave the link down below for you guys to check out. She done the questions all herself, but Larry bestie, I'm sorry, I could only find 23 questions in your video. So because it's 2025, instead of adding one question of my own, I've added 2 questions of my own. I literally watched that video so much, I just kept counting 23. I don't know if it's me. So I've got all the questions written down on my phone, plus the 2 that I've added into myself to make 25 questions for 2025. It feels so weird saying like, hello, this is a new year. Like, hi, this is 2025. Like, once it hits 2030, my mind is going to like be so, what? Nah, that's just futuristic. Like, nah. So the first question we have is, how many books are you planning on reading this year? So last year I was actually pregnant and I gave birth in July. Because of this, I actually didn't read really for the first 7 months of my life. I pretty much only read from August till December, and in that time frame I read about 20 books on average. So in total for 2024 though, I read 27 books, which I feel like compared to a lot of booktubers, that is not a lot at all, but it's a lot for me. So yeah. So based on the fact that I only read for half the year last year, I'm going to double kind of what I read. I'm going to aim for 50 books. I have never ever read 50 books in a year in my life, I don't think. Do I think I'm going to get there? Like, if I keep on the same momentum I am at the moment, I feel like, yeah. We'll see. We love a challenge. It's okay. If I read 4 books a month, I'll hit it. Question 2, most anticipated releases of the year. Okay, so first and foremost, I have to admit there's only one book that I'm excited for this year. The other ones I had to look through, and the other 2 that I've picked, I reckon they will be like such great fun reads, but my excitement level for these 2 over the main one is like zilch, okay? I have to preface that. So obviously the one that I'm excited for, and I'm so glad it comes out literally like anytime now, is Onyx Storm. Fourth Wing is one of my favorite series. It got me into fantasy. I'm excited for Onyx Storm. I need my answers. I need my questions answered. I need to know what happens, and I need it now. Now, I was going to also say Fearless, but I'm honestly not that excited about Fearless. I don't know. But the other 2 that I did pick is A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping, which sounds just so cozy, to be honest, and it's about a witch who has a second chance to get her magical powers and her life back on track. The whole vibe just sounds so cozy. It sounds perfect for October, so that will probably be my most anticipated read for the Halloween season. Why does the bin truck have to come right now? Now we're gonna have to wait for it. And then the next one that I picked is a Fake It Like You Mean It. So this one is a forced proximity kind of one. We follow Al, whose grandmother has Alzheimer's. Her name is Lovey, and she pretty much has this carer who is a guy. So Al and the carer got to work with each other to look after her grandmother, and it's a forced proximity thing. Lovey is convinced that these 2 like each other, so they fake it for her while taking care of her. It sounds like it's going to be so cheesy and cringy, but I'm all there for it. Like, I love it. I love that there's like a grandma involved and then making the grandma happy. I honestly can't wait. So question number 3, a physical book on your TBR that you're probably never going to read. I have 4 books. and it's actually a series, and that is the If Love series. I just can't bring myself to pick this up, honestly. I look at it and the covers are nice. I brought all 4 because I thought I was going to love it. I picked up the first chapter and it's not giving me the pick me up and read me vibes, okay? So I've had this for probably, I swear, like it feels like 2 years now, and I still haven't picked it up. If you've read the If Love series, can you please let me know, like, is it actually good? You don't hear anything about it, so I feel like that is also another reason why it kind of put me off too. So if you've read this, please let me know if it's good. A new genre that you'd like to try more of. Now, the new genre that I do want to try more of is horror. I love horror stuff, but I'm such a pussy and a scaredy cat that I am that type of person that will literally watch Powerpuff Girls or Disney after a horror movie if it's like really scary. So, and I'm the same with books. I used to read horror books when I was younger as a teenager. That was my prime I never got scared era. But now that I'm getting older and you kind of see more of the world, yeah, I get scared a lot more easier because I think about it in real life. I remember as a kid, I really loved Pet Sematary by Stephen King. So I wouldn't mind trying a couple of horror books here and there. I'm thinking of doing a video on like reading horror for a week and see how it is. If you want me to do that, please let me know. And then the other genre I do read a little bit is thriller. I really love thriller, but I've actually noticed a majority of my thriller books that I've read is actually Frida McFadden. So for this question, I want to read more thriller, but not Frida McFadden. I want to stretch out to other authors and see how they are. Like Riley Sager, I want to give his books a go. Lucinda Berry, I want to try. There's so many other people out there. I just don't want to read Frida. I'm sorry, Frida, but I want to try other people. And then question 5 is, what book made you want to try this genre? So as I said, Pet Sematary is, I remember that just being so good. So I do really want to go back into that type of book. And Frida's books make me enjoy thriller, but I just want to see what other books are there, you know. What book are you most likely to reread? Okay, so I don't actually own this at the moment. I do need to go buy it, but I'm going to be rereading the Harry Potter series. I have got a video planned for that. I used to have the like original, like very original, the first books that got released, but I have no idea where they are. I don't know if they're at my mum's or something. Maybe they got thrown out. I do not know. Can't find them. But I'm going to be rebuying that. I'm going to be rereading Harry Potter. And it has been like, I'm going to say it's been nearly 20 years. Exposing myself. It's been nearly 20 years since I've read that. Like, when I say nearly, I'm talking about probably like 17 years or something. To me, that's nearly 20 years. Okay, yeah. A book you wanted to read in 2024 but didn't, so it's a priority in 2025. Wow. This book got released late 2024, okay? And it was so fat. I want to take my time with it. So that's why. But it is Hexed by Emily McIntyre. This book is one of the closest to her because she was actually sick while writing this and fighting a cancer battle. But it's also a twisted tale of Ursula. Little Mermaid is my absolute favorite. If this was about Ariel, I would have ate this up already. But the cover and knowing the fact that it's a twisted tale of Ursula, I need this. I need to read it ASAP. So I will be reading this most likely early 2025. I almost said 2026 then. Oh my god. Okay, so question 8 is a series you want to read this year. I have a few, and I'm going to give you my top 3. The first one I want to read is the Boys of Tommen series. Okay, so the only reason I haven't started this series yet is because the books intimidate me. I looked up, like, is it Binding 13 and Keeping 13? I think it's those two, but they're, or maybe Redeeming, I'm not sure. But they're like over 1,000 pages. Okay. They intimidate me. But apparently you just like breeze through them, so we'll see. But that is one. The next one I want to do is the Throne of Glass series. And then the other one I'm not too sure about is, I haven't really read many cowboy romances, so I'm not too sure if it's like my thing or not. I love the movies, you know, like, oh, I can't remember what it's called. Oh, The Longest Ride, Walk, Ride, Rodeo, those type of movies I absolutely eat up. So I'm thinking of doing the Chestnut Spring series, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. I don't know, maybe, we'll see. Should I? What do you reckon? Do you reckon I should do all 3 series? Do you recommend the Chestnut Spring series? Can you just please convince me for all of them? And if you want to see vlogs for them or not as well, with my reactions. An author you never read before but want to try this year, Lucinda Berry. Lucinda Berry is at the top of my new authors to try. There's so many authors that I want to read. This year, I want to like step out of the people that I know. So like Frida McFadden, how I said I don't want to read. I'm still going to read Frida books, but I don't want her to be like my primarily thriller source. I just know there's more out there, and there's probably better ones out there, honestly. So hers are great for like really quick, fast-paced twists. But Lucinda Berry, apparently she gets compared a lot to Frida, but apparently there's no comparison between the two. So I really want to give her a go. Apparently she's a bit more dark. So she is the top of my list for this year. An author you're probably not going to read more of this year. Out of all the authors that I've read this year, there wasn't one that I hated, because I couldn't really read much, okay? I didn't have a big broad of authors to read from. So I'm going to say Anna Huang, but the thing is I've never read her books. I'm just saying it now before I've read any of her books. So it's not 100% set in stone. I don't think I'm going to read The Striker. I've heard people say they didn't like The Striker. I might read the Twisted series, so that might be a thing. But yeah, probably her, honestly. I don't know. I don't know what it is with her book. Like, I think the If Love book series, just because it hasn't grabbed me, nothing's grabbing me. Please let me know what your favorite book by her is, so I can at least give her a chance. A popular book you want to read. Oh, there are so many. So I just done 3. The first one, Quicksilver. She's recently released that this is going to be a movie from Netflix. Quicksilver, Mile High, and Better Than the Movies. I really wanted to read Nothing Like the Movies, but then I realized it was the second book to Better Than the Movies, so I'm going to read them in order. I'm not too sure if they're standalone or not. They might be, but I'm just going to read them in order. And the Mile High series, I've wanted to start for so long. Like, I swear, the start of 2024. Can't even remember when it came out. But I never realised how big the books are. I have a recurring pattern happening here. A non-popular book you want to read. So I really want to read 13. I just love the concept of this. So for 13, it is the serial killer isn't on trial. He's on the jury. So just that sentence right there is all it needs to say to suck me in. I love crime. I love court things. I love serial killers. I just love that whole world. So knowing that the serial killer's on the jury, I'm like, sign me up. Just say no more. And the fact that the serial killer is on the jury, well, like, who is the guy on trial? So it sounds really good, honestly. Another one I want to read is We Used to Live Here. So this one's actually getting turned into a movie, and Blake Lively is supposed to be in the movie. So I kind of want to read it before that comes out. But it's about two homeowners whose lives are turned upside down when the house's previous residents unexpectedly visit. So from what I gather, they let the old homeowners in and they just won't leave, and they're getting uncomfortable and they're trying to hint that they don't want them there anymore, but they're not going anywhere. It seems like a quick book. It's about 300 pages. I know it's getting turned into a movie, so it must be pretty popular, but me personally, I haven't really heard anyone talk about this book. So I'm just basing it on like what I haven't seen a lot. And then the third one is The Games Gods Play. So this one is a fairly recent, I'm going to say, release. It did come out last year, but I haven't really seen that many people talk about it either. So I have seen videos of it, but it hasn't been hyped up as, you know, all the other books. So this one follows the gods. So the gods love to toy with us mere mortals, and every 100 years we let them. I have never been favoured by the gods, far from it, thanks to Zeus. Living as a cursed office clerk for the Order of Thieves, I just keep my head down and hope the capricious beings who rule from Olympus won't notice me. Not an easy feat, given San Francisco is Zeus's patron city, but I make do. I survive until the night I tangle with a different god, the worst god, Hades. Also, can we just talk about the cover? Like, the cover looks so good. It's about the gods. I love that whole type of mythical world. So I'm honestly keen for this one. An audiobook you want to listen to. Okay, so it's not actually like a fiction book. It is an autobiography, and that is I'm Glad My Mum Died by Janet McCurdy. This is pretty much like the only audiobook. I don't really listen to audiobooks much. I started listening to Zodiac Academy on audiobook because their books are so freaking huge and I just couldn't get to them. And thanks to the audiobooks, I was able to like finish. Okay. So I've heard that listening to this book is better than reading it yourself. She narrates it herself and you can kind of get a bit more raw emotion from it. That's literally like the only audiobook that's on my list. A book you want to read based on the cover. Oh my god, I base a lot of my reads on the cover. So the first one, which I still haven't read, I don't really know what it's about, but it's so pretty and I just haven't picked it up. But it's Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. It's so pretty. It's just so stunning. I have no idea what this is about. Should I read it? Have you read it? Like, let me know what you think about this series. And then the other one is The Heartless Hunter. The Crimson Moth series books are chef's kiss. Like, I also don't know what it's about. I haven't looked into it much because I'm like, I'm going to read it anyway because the cover is so stunning. Like, where do they get out? Come on. I do base a lot of my reads off covers. I am that type of person. If it's ugly, I'm not going to pick it up. I'm sorry. I don't care how good it is. It's got to look good. So it's got to look decent. You know. A book to TV adaptation you're excited for. So this is so cliche, but I really love the play out of these books. Okay, so the first one I'm excited for is Verity. I'm excited to see how they do her memoir, especially when she was talking about the things that she'd done to her babies. Like, how much detail are they actually going to show in that whole world, right? And then the next one is Housemaid, and as much as I love this book, I'm excited for it because I love Amanda Seyfried. That's it. I just love Amanda. So Amanda could be in any book to TV adaptation and I'll be picking that book. So, you know, that's why. So I'm going to use my own question here for 16, and that is a book to TV adaptation that I'm not excited for. This might be a bit controversial, I guess, in a way, maybe, but I just feel like no amount of CGI is going to make this really good. They're going to ruin it. I feel like they're going to ruin the dragons. If anything, the whole budget will go on the 3 main dragons, like on Violet's dragons and Zayden's dragon. The whole budget's going to go on them. So the rest are going to be butchered. There's just no way they're going to make it good. I feel like they're not going to make the fight scenes good. I feel like it's just going to ruin what I've built in my brain. And the thing is, normally with these types of shows, I eat them up. This is the first time where I'm like, please don't make it a show. Just let it live rent-free in my head with how I've pictured it. Amazing. With the AI images, just let it be. So question 17, something bookish you want to start doing this year, and that is DNFing books. It's like so random, but DNFing books. I have this thing in my brain where I'm like, if I start a book, if I'm like 50%, 90%, I finish it. I'm like, I can't physically not DNF a book. If I hate it, I'll keep reading it. So I want to like let myself go and be like, you know what, if you don't like this book, you don't have to read it. It's okay. If you've read half of it, it's okay, just drop it. The people that read literally like 90% and then they DNF it, I'm just like, how? Like, how? Tell me. How do you do that? Like, I need to know, because I need to stop putting myself through pain, you know? Something bookish you want to stop doing this year, and mine is buying more books when I've already got lots of books that I haven't read on my shelf. This is the year to save money. I have a Kindle, I've got Kindle Unlimited, I don't need to physically buy books, especially if they're on Kindle Unlimited, but a lot of the time I do like having trophies, and I do like the look of having heaps of books, and I do like to fill up my shelf, and it's satisfying, it's pretty to look at, but do I need it? No. So I'm going to put a limit of how many unread books I have on my shelf before I can buy any. I was thinking 20 books, but the thing is I have over 20 books at the moment on my shelf, so I got to read a few of them first before I buy more. But I feel like if I say 20 books, it's a good number. But I feel like I'm definitely going to go over that because of some planning for future videos. So like when I buy the Harry Potter series, it's what, like 7 books. That means I have all these books to put down before I buy the Harry Potter series, and then it's going to be filled up with Harry Potter. So I think I'm going to do 20 books, but a series is classified as like 1. Depending how big the series is, but yeah. A 2025 bookish goal, and it kind of goes into what I was just saying, but it's finishing series that I start. I'm honestly not too bad with this. Like at the moment, what do I have? I've only got 11 series. Honestly, that's not too bad in my books. A lot of these series though, it has been like 12 months since I've read the first one, or 2 years since I've read the first one. So I feel like what I want to start doing is continuing reading series that I start, but within a certain time frame. I'm not saying like back to back to back, but at least say like 6 months later I start the next one or something like that, just to keep it a bit more down and simple. And because so many books these days are series or interconnected series, that it's very easy to start 6,000. A 2025 booktube goal, and my goal for 2025 is to build a book community. I really want to have you guys here. I want to talk to you guys. I want to hear your opinions, your thoughts, everything, anything that you want to know. If you need a big sister advice, message me on Instagram. I'm always there. I'm always open. I just want to help you guys. I want to get to know you guys and just have a really good chat. So previously I was doing makeup. I still am doing makeup, but I want to show both the makeup world and booktube, okay? I have a love for both. If you want separate channels for both, let me know. But on YouTube, I'm probably primarily going to be more books than makeup. I'll be more shorts in makeup, I think. So I'm excited to have you here. I hope you stay. I hope you enjoy. A 2025 non-bookish goal. Let's manifest. I absolutely love that Larry put this question in because it is so good and it's such a good question to think about. And mine is, it's been something that has been my long-term goal. Okay, I've been trying to do this for the last few years, but I kind of want to make 2025. The thing is, I haven't actually put myself on a time limit for this. It's just like my life goal. Time's getting on. I need to crack a whip, and I'm going to put a limit on it. And if by 2026 or the end of 2025, if this hasn't happened, well, shame on me, honestly. But that is to reduce my work hours or essentially leave my job and work more for myself. But this year I have so many factors in the way that I don't know how that is going to work because I have a child. She's very young. This year she turns 1 in July, so like she still needs me for the first forever actually, but like for the first like 7 months until she's 1 and she's a bit more walking around, can kind of, you know, I can entertain her a bit more easier. I don't know how it's going to happen because the thing is I do makeup and clients and I want to start doing lashes and stuff, but makeup on clients is my primarily thing. But like I can't start it while looking after her, so we'll find out. I'll work it out. That's the goal. My time limit is by the end of the year. I don't even care if it happens in like November. It's just by the end of the year I want to have like started it. Okay, I want to have started it. I want to try it. If I try it and it doesn't succeed, fair. I don't care as long as I try it. Number 22, describe how you want 2025 to go in one word. And mine is adventure. So like I said, she's going to be 1 in July. This year is full of adventures. I want to make so many memories. With those memories that they're going to be adventures, whether it's just taking her to the beach and watching her play in the sand, going to a park, anything like that. It doesn't have to be huge adventures like, oh, let's go skydiving, or let's go in a hot air balloon, or go diving in the ocean. I just want to have little adventures with her and just make all these lovely memories, honestly. That is my goal, is just to enjoy this first year with her. Booktubers who inspire you. There is so many. I'm just honestly going to riddle them off. So here you go. I'll make room for them. We've got Hayley, Ali, Rachel, Belle, Sarah, Destiny, Faith, Ashlyn, Alan, Hal, Katie, Yana, Emily, and my absolute fave who inspired this video, Larry. Larry deserves the spotlight. The reason I'm going to say Larry deserves the spotlight is because the next question is something you want to say to anyone wanting to start a book account. And when I watched her book tag video and with her answer, she is my inspiration, and she made me be like, okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm already on the internet. Like I said, I'm on the internet for makeup, and I've seen Yana. I know Yana from makeup and I know Emily from makeup. I have seen those two girls do both passions, and I'm like, you know what? Larry's words of encouragement made me do that. So I'm excited to see where this goes. And for my answer to that question is, don't be afraid. Please do not be afraid. I know that it can be daunting, and I know, especially if you have friends, this is gonna sound like really, I don't want it to sound absurd or mean or anything, but it is harder to put yourself out there when you have friends. I'm not saying leave your friends. I hope you have supportive friends. Me personally, a lot of the people that I thought were friends or even acquaintances, as soon as I started, it wasn't so much as soon as I started posting, but as soon as I started getting, my videos started getting noticed, they drop like flies. and they don't support you. And honestly, the biggest supporters that you're gonna have are your fans and your followers. They are always so lovely, so sweet. You will get haters, just ignore them. They're having a bad day. Just don't take anything they say personally. I've literally had hate pages made about me, so like whatever they say, just take it with a grain of salt. They're just having a bad day, and you're unfortunately the target that they've come across on, okay? But don't be afraid, just start. As long as you try, you tried. But if you don't see results in like the first 6 months or 12 months, don't give up. It takes time, okay? It takes time. I know there's a lot of overnight successes and stuff like that, but that's just real freaking luck, and real luck on the algorithm side that it landed on the right pages at the right time. It's just luck, okay? So to close out the last question, for number 25 is your first favorite book that has stuck with you since. And this is a question that I added in myself. And the first book series, mine's actually a series, but it's Fallen. I read this when I was a teenager. I think I was, oh gosh, I think I was maybe 12 or something, 12, 13. Absolutely ate this up. I love it. I love the whole series. I actually want to reread it. I watched the movie. I didn't like the movie. I thought the movie was shit. It was terrible. There is a TV show out on it now though, which I haven't found where it is. I'm in Australia, so I'm not too sure where I can actually watch the TV show. I do want to reread this as well. And I was also thinking of reading Twilight, like rereading Twilight. I don't know. We'll see. So that's the 25 questions for the beginning of the year book tag, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you, Larry, for creating these questions from last year. It was a blast doing this, and I can't wait to see yours this year. If there's any book reviews that you want to see, or any vlogs that you want me to like film while I'm reading them with book series, please let me know. The series that I was thinking of vlogging is the Boys of Tommen and Harry Potter and Throne of Glass. So let me know if you do want to see those videos and anything else as well. I love you guys. I hope you have a good start to the year, and just remember, this is your year. If you want to create a book channel, do it. Just do it. If you do start a channel, please leave a comment down below so I can follow you. I want to support you 100%, so let me know. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.